Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and this video is about an Aries ascendant, an Aquarius moon, and a Pisces sun. And this concludes the Aries and Aquarius combinations. So let's get straight to it. You have your ascendant degree in cardinal fire and the domain of Mars, so you're the archetype of the pioneer. You have your moon in fixed air ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and this is the archetype of the innovator. This is the Nikola Tesla sign. And you have your sun in Pisces, which is the archetype of the mystic. And of course Aquarius is fixed air, and Pisces is mutable water ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. So this is a very interesting combination, because this definitely has to do with healing in some way, and your interest in healing and the arts, so to say, the esoteric arts. Now, the ascendant is the degree of the horizon of the zodiac, rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is the rising sign. So the rising sign is the first touch base of our soul to 3D. The first time that our soul incarnates, it touches base with reality, and it is through our ascendant that we come into incarnation. Okay, it is our physical body, it is how we look. The ascendant will tell us our interests, our disinterests, our death, our burdens, our inheritance, everything. Okay, so mastering the karma of the ascendant is the reason you have incarnated. Okay, and the placement of Mars is key to this, because Mars is your ruler. Okay, and remember, it is the way you look. Your physical body. So Aries rules the head, so it's a very important part of who you are. Head and brains, face, head, brains, and you like to keep this accentuated. I've seen even women with this placement tend to wear their hair short, and just highlights and maybe red lipstick and all of that, maybe shades. Just like to do this part up, emphasize the face. Okay, features sharp. Okay, sometimes harsh expression, edgy eyes. Okay, and difficult aspects to Mars. We'll see brittle hair, thinning of hair, or chronic headaches, chronic acne, ENT issues, sensitivity to teeth and gum and all of that. Okay, but when you walk into a room with your purposeful Aries stride, people know you're the boss. You're very much the dominant. This Martian energy is very libidinal, so very sexual. You like to chase, you like to conquer, very competitive, very combative. You like to take action, because Mars is about action. It's our I do principle, our action principle. So get up and get going is Aries, Don't waste time, let's do it. Just do it, okay? Sometimes at the detriment of thought and planning, you want to perform action. Very action-oriented, quick-moving, fast metabolism and all of that, okay? So, as I said, your eyes, you're definitely not afraid of eye contact. You're ready to stare down an enemy if they come at you with conflicting ideas and conflicting comments. You will go with them. You can be quite vindictive and ruthless. Aries, you can be very, very ruthless. So that's something you've got to watch out for. Otherwise, you're the pioneer, the fire starter, and you like to go to places where others won't go. But you definitely have a shyer side, a more withdrawn side to you, because of your Pisces sun. But we'll get to that. Now, remember, you're the infant of the zodiac, so with infancy comes a streak of selfishness, because the infant understands self-preservation. So the key to this, as eminent astrologer Stephen Forrest puts it, is enlightened selfishness. So how do you take the me, and how do you transmute that? Because if you think of, if you read esoteric literature, you'll see that there are 3 signs of death: Aries, Scorpio, and Pisces, and you have both. So this is quite an interesting combination. You must know, you must have known, or you will know very many culminations, endings, and new beginnings, transformation, transmutation. Okay, this is something that's been constant in your life. Cardinality brings a lot of shift and flux, mutable. You can be easily impressionable with your Pisces sun, of course. Now, remember that the agitating fires of Aries is volatile. That's why your soul has been born here, to figure out this volatile kind of agitating energy. It's not soothing, it's not calming. Okay, from therein you are to burn in the agitating fires of Aries, to resurrect, again, to realize your full potential. Now, your 6th house of health is Virgo. Virgo rules digestion and the nervous system, and Aries head. So what you're putting in the stomach, you're worried, you're angry, prone to anger. You can, if you're putting it in your mouth, it becomes toxic. Chronic headaches, I told you, acne, and all of that can pop up. So be careful of what you put in your mouth, and exercise. You will always be interested in healing, because you have a Pisces sun, a 12th house sun. You'll always be into that side. So develop that, and through that you may find some practice like Tai Chi, which can really help you balance this Martian energy. And you need to balance it. You need to balance this Martian energy. Now, quick moving, quick metabolism. So, very fast. You can even have accidents because of your quick movement. And during hard aspects of Mars, or when transiting Mars hitting your personal planets, be careful of guns, freak fires, heavy machinery, and all of that. Now, moon. The moon is a very private part of us. If the ascendant is like the Jungian mask, the moon is who we are when the mask comes off, when we stand in our own vulnerable meanness, and it's our emotions, it's our instinctual awareness, it's our mother, our imagination, our psychic perceptions, our ESP, it's our moods, our menstrual system. It's such a deep part, the moon. Okay, the moon is the Ida Nadi, and the sun or the solar Nadi is the Pingala Nadi. So that's from Laya Yoga, yogic concepts of Ida and Pingala. I've explained them in great detail in other videos. The moon also speaks of our secret desires. So now with the moon in Aquarius, you are truly unique. Think of John Lennon. He had moon in Aquarius. Progressive, change bringer, radical, community oriented, wanted to uplift everyone. That is what your 11th house moon does. With your 11th house moon, women are important friends to you. And you may have an older sibling you get quite attached to who's a female. Okay, who's kind of, is quite eccentric as well. Moon is also the mother. Your mother could be quite eccentric or see herself as a misfit in her community. Aquarians are so community oriented that if they don't feel like they belong to a certain community, they can break apart. So you need to find your community. Find your community online. Everybody has a community nowadays because everything is online. The world is indeed a small place now, so you can go out there and find your community. Tons of constant parade of friends and tons of female friends with moon in Aquarius. Okay, unique, progressive. You're good with groups but not good with one-on-one interactions. You close yourself off from emotional situations. Not that you don't feel emotions, but you want to assess a situation from a more analytical and logical point of view rather than giving in to sentimentality or feelings. Okay, you like to be objective. That's your Saturnian side. And then comes the Uranian thunderbolt that, it's time to wake up and see that there's really lots of emotions within you that are bubbling up. Don't keep them repressed, okay? It's just very spiritual. The sign of the future, the sign of aliens, the sign of deep space. sign of technology, sign of robotics. So this is really deep, you know, and you devote a lot of time to your community, but not great with one-on-one friendships. And sometimes if you like someone, you may not show them what you feel because you're afraid of rejection. That's not the way to go. You got to lay it out there. You got to lay it out there. You're a great connector. Moon in Aquarius, 11th house moon. Aries ascendant, 11th house moon in Aquarius, great connector. You will actually connect very many people, okay? Brilliantly innovative, eccentric. I said you'll always be the eccentric, always be the outsider. No matter how integrated you are in the community, you will always feel like the outsider, because you can accept radical change like no one else, and no one understands that. And one thing you got to remember is, don't be rebellious for the sake of being rebellious, okay? Don't be a rebel without a cause. Find your cause and nothing can stop you. Now Pisces sun is 12th house sun, problematic sun, not a good placement, okay? Definitely not a good placement. And also sun semi-sextile moon, not good. Conflicting energies. Maybe your parents also thought they were not similar. Your mother was more cold, detached, eccentric. Father was more mystical, more into religion, maybe spirituality, tantra, yoga, tarot, astrology. Aquarius also of course rules astrology, but Pisces, we are into everything. I have a Pisces moon, we are into all of these healing modalities, and we've looked them up. With people with heavy Pisces placements, looked it up, believe me. I'm very Pisces heavy because I have a Pisces moon, and most of my personal planets are opposite in Virgo, so this polarity plays out heavily. So you have to understand that with Pisces comes the spirit, and you go forth in matter. Jesus Christ, this is a sign of Christ, but that's why the fish. But Pisces is very dualistic. Think of the two fish swimming away in two different directions. 12th house sun, your father may not have been present for you the way you wanted him to be. Maybe not financially, maybe he was dead, or maybe your mother remarried and you had somebody else as a father. 12th house sun, father is not in a powerful position in your life, but he was probably a source of great spirituality, probably gave you a lot of spiritual understanding. And with the 12th house sun, I can say the sun is our inner vitality, our life, soul's purpose, the purpose of our incarnation, our conscious, healthy ego, I am. You know, that is the sun. And being in Pisces, it's Neptune's domain, you know, Jupiterian and Neptune's domain. It's about really going deep into mysticism and spirituality, and really understanding the keyword I believe, because this is the esoteric keyword of Pisces. I believe in realms outside of human perception. Human beings perceive less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum and hear less than 1% of the acoustic spectrum. So the thing is, the Piscean knows there is just so much more. Maybe not believe in the sense society understands belief, but Pisces people are the greatest empaths and the greatest psychic sponges. They believe in other worlds because they see these other worlds, they access them in their imagination. Pisces placements give you imagination. The 12th house sun will give you great imagination, but you will not be good with everyday mundane chores, and that can bore you. The sun is how you want to be perceived, so you want to be perceived as a soft, compassionate, really artistic. Ultimately, Pisces is the height of artistry. It's mystical artistry, spiritual artistry. So, you know, when Leo is about the artist in the physical realm, Pisces is about the artist in the interdimensional realm. Okay, so you have the archetype of the pioneer, the archetype of the innovator, the archetype of the mystic, And something tells me you're into tarot, you're into 12th house sun, you like to look at symbols, images. Tarot is a very good way for you to explore your unconscious. So drop me a comment below if you agree. Drop me a comment if you don't. Book a reading nevertheless. www.dinahills.com and check out my merch. Thank you very much.